Greetings, my lovelies. Hi, it's Emmy. Welcome back to another Emmy Eats. Today, I'll be eating another U.S. state, and this time it's the state of Wisconsin. If you don't know where Wisconsin is, it's in the northern part of the U.S. and it borders Canada. So I received this huge and amazing package from Lovely Theresa. Theresa, thank you so much for sending me these beautiful Wisconsin treats. I can't wait to try them. She sent them in a huge refrigerator box. Look at this, which my sons have transformed. So she included notes. I'm going to eat these in the order that she sent them to me just for ease of everything. So let's start with this. Beer. Which is okay in my book. And this is called Spotted Cow. It's made by New Glarus Brewing Company. Here it is. I'll show you a close-up of that. And this is the state of Wisconsin. That's where it's from. This is an iconic Wisconsin beer. It's from New Glarus, Wisconsin. And what's special about this is you can only find it in the state of Wisconsin. It smells sweet and fruity. And let's give it a pour. Oh yeah. These have been chilling in my fridge, of course, ever since I received the package. Oh, it's beautiful. It has a beautiful color to it, kind of honeyed in color. And it's forming a nice little head on top. All right, here we go. Come by. Ooh, that's nice. It's got a light effervescence and very, very drinkable. It's slightly hoppy, not overly so, and it's got a little bit of fruitiness to it. It reminds me a little bit of like hard cider, but it's delicious. Wisconsin friends, let me know in the comments below what style of beer this is. My guess is this is an ale, not a lager. It's full of fruity complexity. I love it. This is the next thing that's on my list, and this beautiful bottle is a Wisconsin Belgian red style, again made by the New Glarus Company. And this is a lambic, which is a Belgian style brew, and this is made with cherries, sealed with wax on the top. It's beautiful. Give that a crack. Oh man, this is gonna be a treat. Oh, look at this. Oh, I can smell the cherries already. It smells wonderful. It's got a beautiful color to it. All right, let's give that a taste. Come by. Wow, it's like juice. You can hardly taste any of the alcohol at all. What you do taste is tons of cherries. Tart and tangy and fruity and just pure cherry. It's a little bit sweet, but mostly it's tart. It's got a little bit of yeastiness to it. It reminds me a little bit of kombucha and a slight little bitterness to it. It's delicious. Now that we've started things off right, let's have one more beverage, and it's this one, Point Premium Kitty Cocktail. And this is made with 100% real sugar. This is made by the Point Brewery in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, and this is their take on the classic Shirley Temple. I haven't had Shirley Temple in years, but I think it's like 7-Up with a maraschino cherry in it. I don't know. It smells kind of bubblegummy and cherried, but artificial. Definitely artificial. So this has a really great hot pink color to it. Let's give that a taste. Come by. Wow. That's a huge 360 from the two beverages I just had. This is really, really, really sweet. It tastes like cotton candy. It's that sweet. And it has like a cherry taste to it. Not something I would really enjoy, but I think my kids might like a little sip of this. But yeah, we don't drink a lot of soda in my house, mostly seltzer and just juice and water. Next, we have the meat portion of this package, and it includes this. Look at this. These are Landjaegers, and I actually tasted this in one of my Emmy Eats Switzerland videos. I'll put that link down below if you missed it. So it's a dried, kind of cured sausage. And this, of course, comes from Wisconsin, but it has its roots in Switzerland. So here it is. This is the Old World sausage. Theresa says that they're made here in her community of Maustoner, Wisconsin, and they're made by a local meat processor. Here are the beautiful sausages. Oh, they smell great. Smoky and peppered. These ones are a little bit different than the one I had in Switzerland. Those ones were square and a little bit longer. There's a little bit of fat in there, not too much. Delicious. Salty, and it tastes like paprika, but lots of smoke as well. These don't taste as smoky as ones that I had in Switzerland. And the casing has an ever so slight snap to it. Delicious. For our next meat selection, we have this. And this is a beautiful summer sausage made with cranberries. There is our beautiful sausage. It's enormous. All right, let's give that a cut. Oh my gosh, look at that. There's the dried cranberry. Oh, it's just chocked full of cranberry. Beautiful. Itadakimasu. So the texture is nice and dense of the sausage. It's smoky and sweet. I would say the balance of sweet and savory in that is perfect. You have the sweetness of the cranberries, and then you have a little bit sweetness of the meat, but it's savory and spiced and smoked and delicious. And I have an entire pound of it. I'm so happy. So good. Yum, yum, yum. I am such a lucky woman. I am so lucky. Okay, now we're moving on to the cheese portion of the tasting, and Theresa bought these from the Carr Valley Cheese Company, and they included a calendar when she bought it. So some of these recipes look really good. Beer, cheese, vanilla panna cotta. So thanks for the calendar too, Theresa. That's great. Let's try this cheese first, and this is the 10-year cheddar. I love cheddar. It's one of my favorite cheeses. So let's just give it a slice. We eat a lot of cheddar in my house. And we'll just peel the wax off. Look at that. Beautiful and crumbly. Oh, it smells great. That is fantastic cheddar. Slightly bitter, but rich and earthy, full of cheddar flavor. It's got that kind of tangy bite that comes with a good cheddar. It's quite strong. So if you don't like strong cheeses, you may not like this, but I love it. The flavors are really, really concentrated, and the texture of the cheese is crumbly and rich and melty and divine. So I'm noticing a pattern. This is the Carr Valley cheese, and this is the cranberry cheddar flavor. So I'm definitely noticing a proclivity towards cranberries. So I imagine cranberries must grow really well in Wisconsin. All right. So there are the dried cranberries. This is a white cheddar. Smells good, but not nearly as strong as the 10-year cheddar. That one's lovely too. Very different flavor. Still a cheddar, and it has a nice crumbly texture as well, but not nearly as strong as the cheddar flavors in the first one. So let me have a bite with the cranberry. So that bite had some cranberry in it, and it's delicious. Just a little kind of jammy swirl in there. Not as sweet as the cranberries that were put in the summer sausage, just a little bit of sweetness in there. And it's great. It's a really perfect pairing with the sharp, tangy bite of the cheddar cheese. Delicious. My next cheese, another Carr Valley cheese, and this is Maustoner cheese, which I've never heard of before. And it's a cow's milk cheese. And let's see what Theresa has to say. This cheese is a Swiss-style cheese that's made in her hometown. It has a very different texture than either other cheese, a lot less crumbly. So let's give that a taste. Here we go. Itadakimasu. Melty and soft, but it's got a really nice bite to it as well. Great aggressive, strong flavor to it as well. More nutty, a smoother and creamier texture, more like Havarti or something. But delicious. Next we have a jam, and this is Carr Valley Kitchen Strawberry and Rhubarb Jam. Yum. So I guess rhubarb does really well in Wisconsin. Theresa's actually not a huge fan of it. I love it. Strawberry and rhubarb on there. All right, here we go. Not welcome, Winston. Honestly, it just tastes like a really good strawberry jam. A good strawberry jam, in my opinion, has a little bit of tartness to it. It's not just cloyingly sweet. And that's what this has. Really great fresh strawberry flavor. And a nice little bit of acidity to kind of balance out the amount of sugar that's in there. To me, rhubarb doesn't have a really strong inherent flavor of its own. It really takes on the strawberry flavor really well. And that's why I love it so much. This is made by the Powers Gourmet Company. And this is a cranberry salsa. I see some seeds in there. That's kind of bizarre, but it's good. It's sweet and tangy and savory. I think it would go really well with meat. It's got some of the acidity from the cranberry and that fruity flavor. I taste a little bit of citrus and definitely some pepper. When I say pepper, I mean like chili flavor, like a little bit of jalapenos in there or something. But I think it would go really well with ham. And this is the original cow pie. What a great name. This uses Wisconsin milk and butter. Theresa says this is much like a turtle. For those of you that don't know what a cow pie is, I'll let you use your imagination. I'm telling you, it doesn't come from the front end, the cow comes from the back. There you go, cow pie. So I can show you the inside. Ooh, yes, that looks great. Okay, unfortunately, I have to give this a taste. There are tons and tons of pecans in there, which alone have a really great nutty, buttery flavor. And then below that, you've got a nice layer of buttery caramel, and then above it, you've got milk chocolate on top. Stinking fantastic. What I really love is there's a lot of nuts in there. So it's not just like a sugar explosion in your mouth. You've got a lot of those nuts to kind of absorb all those sweet flavors, and it's delicious, delicious. And it is very, very similar to a turtle. I think actually there are more pecans in this than in a turtle, but equally delicious. Love it. And you gotta love the name. I mean, come on, cow pie. The next item we have are these. It's a sweet little box of candies made by the Powers Candy Company. This is a local company, and Theresa loves supporting local companies, so she bought some of these. So let's have this beautiful thing right in the middle. I think that looks like it might be a peanut butter cup. Let's see. Oh, yes. All right, here we go. And that's a real peanut butter cup. There's real peanut butter in there that's smooth and creamy and sweet. And then you've got the hard snap of the milk chocolate both on the top and the bottom. It's like a Reese's peanut butter cup, but it tastes a little bit more natural. It's not over the top salty like a Reese's peanut butter cup is, which I actually enjoy. But this tastes more homemade, and it's just scrumptious. Let's taste this little gold one here. I'm curious to see what's inside that. Is it fudge? Oh yeah, it looks like a little piece of fudge. Let's see. And it is really, really sweet, slightly chewy, and very, very milky. I think there's some walnuts in there. It's delicious. I'm not a huge fan of fudge, but in tiny, tiny amounts, it's pretty good. Nice. Very rich. Yum. This is a full-on meal. Thank you so much, Theresa. And this is a package of hand-harvested wild rice. This actually comes from Theresa's home state of Minnesota, but it also is grown in Wisconsin. This has been hand-harvested in Minnesota by the Red Lake Nation Foods. So when Theresa purchased this, they also included a couple of recipe cards as well. What I'm going to do is cook this up and then make one of these dishes as well. And there's so much work involved in harvesting this by hand. You have to go out in boats, and I've seen videos of it. It's amazing. So this really deserves its own video, so look for that soon. So once again, Theresa, thank you so much for sending me such a beautiful package. So much effort and time went into making this and putting it together and making sure that everything got here safely. I enjoyed everything. It was an absolute delight to actually taste some beers and cheeses that were made in your home state. I've never been able to do that, so that's wonderful. I think this is actually an Emmy Eats first, where I've actually had refrigerated items. So thank you again for sending me this package. And I really hope to visit that part of the country someday, because it seems like there's some really beautiful eats and beautiful people. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys learned something. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I shall see you in my next video. Toodaloo. Take care. Bye. It is a special protein that alters the taste receptors in your tongue, so things taste different. Sour things taste sweet, and